News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sami Wiafe, and tonight I'm here with
Ejibi Wiafe Akinting.
Coming up in the next 1 hour, 30 minutes.
And a first batch of 14 nationals came. Several of them were Nigerian brothers.
I can reveal to you that we are expecting another 40.
Another 40?
Another 40 in the next few days.
National organizer of New Patriotic Party heads to the Supreme Court to seek interpretation of Article 75 of the Constitution following decision by government to accept some deportees from the United States of America. Also coming up on Eyewitness News.
So my visit is to reassure parents on behalf of the minister that we will do our best and to have a first-hand experience on what is happening here.
The assurance from the Education Ministry as hundreds of parents and students remain stranded at the NATO over placement to senior high schools. And later, police on a manhunt for a stepmother who poured hot water on the private part of her 3-year-old stepdaughter for bedwetting. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and others on Eyewitness News. Coming up in business,
energy analysts question viability of government's 35% renewable energy goal.
Eyewitness News is live on affiliates across the country, around the globe. We are on citinewsroom.com. Talking about affiliates.
In the Western region, you can tune in to Premier 100.5 FM, Beach 105.5 FM, and Sky 93.5 FM, all in Takrade. In the Bono region, we're live on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyane. You can also listen to us on Hammers Radio 106.5 FM in the Ahafo region. In the Ashanti region, you can tune in to Alpha Radio 104.9 FM in Kumasi and Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we're live on Global 105.1 FM in Ho and Adanu 107.7 in Adakluwaya. In the northern region, tune in to Diamond 93.7 FM in Tamale, and you can listen to us in the Upper West region on Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura. Tune in to Source 100.1 FM in Boko and Mike 105.3 FM in the Upper East region. You can also listen to us in the Northeast region on Scarp 101.3 FM in Nangpanduri.
You can also join the conversation with your WhatsApp messages. The number is 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. Now, the national organizer of the New Patriotic Party, Henry Nanabuachi, says he's going to court to seek an interpretation of Article 75 of the 1992 Constitution. His reason, the recent announcement by government to accept some deportees from the United States of America. If you remember, somewhere last week, President John Dramani Mahama, at the media interaction, announced that government has already accepted some 14 deportees from the United States of America. Let's hear that soundbite from the president.
And we agreed with them that West African nationals, were acceptable because all our fellow West Africans don't need a visa to come to our country. So if they decided to travel from US to Accra, they don't need a visa anyway. So if you're bringing our colleague West Africans back, that's okay. And so I think that agreement has been activated, and a first batch of 14 nationals came. Several of them were Nigerian brothers. They opted to go back home, and so we put them on buses, to be able to go back home. One of them was a Gambian who is not as easy. You have to get him an air ticket to be able to facilitate his travel. So what we've done is contacted their embassy to let them know of his presence so that they can facilitate his return to Gambia. And so that's the issue with regards to deportations and arrivals. West Africa has the protocol of free movement. And so any West African is free to come to Ghana and be able to stay for 90 days. And so if they decide to bring them, we don't have a problem accepting them.
That was President John Dramani Mahama at the media interaction somewhere last week. Now, on Wednesday, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, had an interview with Bernard Kokuable on Channel 1 television, The Point of View. And he also announced that in the coming days, Ghana will be accepting some 40 more deportees from the United States of America.
On principle, on humanitarian grounds, Pan-African solidarity. Let us accept our fellow West Africans, and let's make the point that Ghana is your home. We are not going to allow you to
accept them
distressed.
to keep them here, or accept them to send them back to their countries.
So the choice is theirs, really. For 90 days, if they want to stay here, they can stay. But so far, all of them have indicated that they want to go back after some time, and we've been facilitating that. I can reveal to you that we are expecting another 40.
Another 40?
Another 40 in the next few days.
Of which nationalities?
West Africans. The understanding we have is that it will be West Africans. And don't forget that...
Do you vet them
yes,
before they come?
Yes, we vet
what
them.
What caveats do you give the Americans?
So we have said that...
Who is not acceptable?
Hardened criminals, convicted criminals. When the background check reveals that you've associated with terrorism, with violent extremism.
That was the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okuja, to Ablakwa in that interview with Bernard Avle on the Point of View program just this Wednesday. This particular issue is not going down well with some people, especially the national organizer of the New Patriotic Party, Henry Nana Boakye. He says he's going to the Supreme Court on this matter. He joins us on the telephone line to tell us why he's going to the Supreme Court on this particular matter. Henry Nana Boakye, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Hello, Nana Boakye. I'm afraid Nanabi is not on the telephone. Let's try and raise Nanabi again on the phone so we can speak to him. He says he's going to the Supreme Court to seek an interpretation. Remember, somewhere in 2016, the same Nanabi went to court over the government decision to bring in some two detainees from Guantanamo Bay known as the Gitmo case. And in that particular case, Nanabi claims that there was a ruling by the Supreme Court that says that that particular agreement should have come to or gone to Parliament for Parliament to approve of it. And this is a similar situation. He comes on the back of this same issue. He joins us on the phone line again, this time around with a better line. Nana, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening, Sammy. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Okay. Oh, yes, I'm good.
Sure. You have said that you are going back to the Supreme Court on this matter. Why are you heading back to the court?
Because clearly, this is a matter you recall in 2016. Myself and Madame Margaret Banfo with our lawyer Nana J. Bafua, we were the plaintiffs and we went to court. The action challenged the legality of the president then. You recall that the president had entered into a certain agreement with the United States of America to bring in some two detainees, Gitmo 2 case, you recall. And the Supreme Court was very emphatic. The pronouncement was very clear. The Supreme Court declared the action of the then Mahama administration unconstitutional and illegal. So I am amazed and I'm surprised as to how His Excellency the President is given another opportunity to be president again, and he's committing the same mistake he did in the first time. This is a reckless, a complete disregard for our Constitution. And Sammy, hold on, let me just read a portion of the judgment to you. The language of Article 75 is perfectly clear. The article forms part of the set of provisions governing the role of the executive arm of government in Ghana's international relations. The scope of the article deals with treaties in general, and the body of the text makes reference to treaties, agreements, and conventions. It is also clear that the instrument referred to relates to Ghana's international relations and other countries or groups of countries, and the article requires that such instrument must be ratified by Parliament. And I mean, this is even a profound point. Okay, so taking into account the exhibit of A, we are in no doubt that despite the form in which it has been drafted or the text couched, it is intended to create an obligation on the part of government to the USA, whereby intalia Ghana binds herself to receive and resettle the two persons. So clearly, this is a matter with similar facts. We were told by His Excellency the President that they have entered into a certain agreement to bring in deportees. 14 of them have already arrived. We were told by the Foreign Affairs Minister that 40 are on their way coming. Why can't you seek ratification of Parliament? Again, Article 75 is in breach by this government. And as we speak, they have overwhelming majority. So why can't we protect our constitution? Is it a case that you have an overwhelming majority, so now you want to recklessly disregard the provisions of the constitution? This is very sad. And I listened to Okujeto Ablakwa on your channel 1 with Bernard Avle, where he was struggling to even defend his actions. By so doing, he said that it was at the stage of memorandum of understanding, and at the time where it would develop into full-blown agreement, then they will put it before Parliament. I mean, this is ridiculous. We have already been told that 14 of these deportees are already in Ghana, and we are expecting 40. So whatever MOU you entered into, Ghana is performing a certain obligation. So why can't you put before Parliament the entire agreement? I recall that when you read Margaret Bamfo and Nana Boachi versus Attorney General, there was a point where the Attorney General made this point in court, that portions of the agreement is cloaked in national security issues, and for that matter, it is not conducive for public consumption. The court that time conducted portions of the proceedings in camera, but yet the court said that whatever form, whatever shape, however you call it, if only Ghana would be performing certain obligations, and means that agreement, that MOU, that treaty, that convention, whatever, in any form or shape you want to describe it, you must put it before Parliament for ratification. So why should we go through this again? Why should we go through this again?
But then the defense from the foreign minister says, one, they are doing this on humanitarian basis, and secondly, it's just an understanding, more or less like an MOU understanding between the two governments in doing this. And so really, it's a matter of urgency. And so they needed to do this.
Sammy, we don't have any issue. You see, any attempt to rationalize this act, then pushing away the provisions in the Constitution, is recklessness. How can you say that because of, or just as you just mentioned, on humanitarian grounds, you would want to disregard Article 75? Now, a Minister of State, Foreign Affairs Minister. In fact, what is even more dangerous to me is the fact that in his interview with Bernard Avle, he also mentioned that the Attorney General delivered this particular advice. And I'm amazed, I'm shocked. I know the Attorney General to be a respected law lecturer. And indeed, at the time when the Gitmo 2 case commenced, the Attorney General was the deputy Attorney General. And he is well versed. He is aware. He is clothed with the authority to understand and appreciate what happened in court at that time. So, Sammy, I am surprised if indeed the Attorney General gave such an advice.
So you don't believe such an advice came from him?
At the point, I was thinking that maybe Okujato was trying to, find some space to jump into because he was caught, he was cornered. Bernard read the judgment to him. Bernard led to him that, look, what you are doing is in breach of the Constitution. And even the Kitumutu case supports his argument. That is Bernard's argument. So I don't know whether maybe he wanted a certain space to escape. And the only escape route for him was to bring in the Attorney General, who is the chief legal advisor, cabinet. So maybe if you bring in the chief legal advisor to cabinet, then he'll be absolved from any wrongdoing. The point, that was what I was thinking. But if indeed Dr. Dominic Ayeni delivered such an advice to cabinet, then we are in serious trouble. Or is it a case that now the government feels that, we have an overwhelming majority in government, an overwhelming majority in parliament, sorry. So for that matter, we can do anything and get away with. Is that a case? Because this is a simple matter. Simple. Now, it's not as if you are even struggling with numbers in parliament. So just put this matter before parliament.
So for you, they should just go to parliament, get this thing rectified before any process can commence.
That is the law, Sammy. Article 75 is so clear. And we are so fortunate that the Supreme Court threw that light on this matter in 2017 when they delivered that judgment. Look, and Sammy, look, finally, another portion of the judgment. Consequently, we hold that upon a true and proper interpretation of Article 75 of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, the President of the Republic of Ghana, in agreeing with the transfer of Mahmoud Umar Ben Atif Khalid and Khalid Mohammed Salih to the Republic of Ghana, required the ratification by an act of parliament or a resolution of parliament supported by the vote of more than one half of all the members of parliament, and by virtue of the failure to obtain such ratification, the agreement is unconstitutional. So clearly, you can even just expunge the name of the two detainees and put in, so for the president to agree that all of these deportees should be hosted in Ghana without the ratification and act of parliament, clearly it's unconstitutional.
You have instructed your lawyers to go back to court and commence, the process. What are you seeking from the court this time around?
To enforce the Constitution. We need to protect the Constitution. We cannot allow the executive to recklessly disregard the provisions in the Constitution. We cannot allow such to continue to fester. And this is dangerous. We are going to court, but I think that, yes, they can quickly go back to Parliament to do this. I mean, government can issue a certain statement, yes, but for Okudjato's disconnected, disjointed responses is so bizarre that it appears to me as an embarrassment.
So clearly for you, this is a clear breach of the Constitution.
It is clear. Sammy, I've just read the judgment to you. Article 75 is so clear. You see, we should not try to hide behind the formalship of the agreement and say that it's an MOU. The MOU, and we have started receiving these deportees, an MOU, and we are expecting additional 40 deportees. No. The moment you start receiving these deportees, the meaning is that you have started performing certain obligation on behalf of the country. And that is why Supreme Court said that whatever name you give to either convention, treaty, MOU, whatever, note verbal, any form, any shape, whatever name you give to, whatever discussion, documentation, if it will put certain obligation on the nation, you must put it before Parliament for ratification. And I've just read it out to you.
Okay.
So it's okay.
Okay, Harry, thank you. Thank you very much for your time. Harry Nanabuache is the national organizer of the New Patriotic Party, speaking to us there. This is Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. We go for a quick break. When we come back, I'll read your text messages you have sent through.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Like a fiesta on my side, I'm all wrapped up, and all I think about is my baby. I get classic, I get bloated, I get strawberry, also fruity. Of course, all not to take me longer, skin to skin, no. All I need is my extra thing, don't so day. So goes on the glow up, and keep the vibe 100 with more party packs. Fiesta, wrap it up.
Wrap it up with Fiesta condoms. Comes in 9 different variants to spice up your game. Available in any pharmacy near you.
Prevents STIs and unintended pregnancy when used correctly.
This advert is FDA approved.
Wrap it up. Lucky's everywhere for everyone.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community will win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together. Because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly. Not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Minsaka insurance claim no.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Minsaka no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying research to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Munsaka.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same right. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. water. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish Magobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand the Magobe inside?
I give you info. Make I feel the gobe too small.
The gogo.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Looking for a location that gives your business a competitive edge? Dawa Industrial Zone offers world-class facilities, direct access to major trade hubs, and a thriving business ecosystem. Whether you are setting up in the manufacturing, logistics, or services, our ready-to-use industrial spaces and supportive policies make expansion easy. And if you're not an investor but you know someone who is, you can refer them and earn a commission. Convert connections into cash. Refer industrial land buyers and earn. Join leading businesses already benefiting from Dawa Industrial Zone strategic advantages. Get started today or refer a business and get rewarded. Visit www.diz-ghana.com or call 055-20-40,000. Dawa Industrial Zone, where businesses thrive.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sami Wiafe, and tonight I'm here with Ejubi Wiafe. Let's read some of your text messages or WhatsApp messages they are sent through. Abi National in Wa says MPP can go to the High Court, but President Mahama is ready to reset this country. We the people from Yarifa says, I remember what happened with the former Auditor General Domlevo. The interpretation came after the man had left office. Ghanaians need to know why Ghana is the only country to accept these deportees into our jurisdiction. Why not ratify the deal in Parliament if the government thinks it is a clean deal? Akapo in Halfomem. Mawusi from Abotia in the Volta region says, Harry Nana Boachi's challenge against accepting deportees under Article 75 undermines Ghana's humanitarian gesture towards vulnerable individuals. Questioning the acceptance based on legal technicalities disregard the compassionate spirit behind the decision. Legal proceedings over humanitarian concerns set a troubling precedent and contradict Ghana's commitment to global responsibility. Wiki GA says Nana B and his MPP should continue like this before they realize 50 years in opposition. And that's it. Ajubi has our next story.
A 3-year-old girl is in critical condition at the Trauma and Specialist Hospital in Winneba after her stepmother allegedly poured hot water on her private parts. Doctors say the injuries are severe and will require complex medical procedures. According to the child's mother, her daughter was sent from Swedro to spend the vacation with her father in Winneba, where the stepmother, identified only as Akema, allegedly punished her for bedwetting.
The little girl lives with me, but she went to her father in Swedro for the holidays. When school resumed and he had still not brought her back, I decided to go there myself to find out what was happening. Earlier, he had called to say the child was not feeling well, and I told him I would come and see her. When I arrived, I met my daughter badly bruised and burned. Her father explained that she had poured the hot water on herself, but when I asked my daughter, she told me it was her stepmother who poured the hot water on her.
That was the mother of the 3-year-old girl allegedly abused by her stepmother.
Let's go to the phone line and speak to Mr. Bright Apia. He's a child rights activist on this matter. Mr. Apia, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening.
This is pure wickedness, if you ask me. That's what I would say. You think so?
Exactly the point. And looking at a series of events, that's the kind of description that you can give to it.
How do we deal with such a thing? Because continuously, Mr. Pia, we've seen abuses on children day in, day out. How do we deal with this?
I think that we should not just look at abuse against children as a domestic issue. And when there is an arrest or there is an identification of such matter, we think that the right procedures must be followed so that those who commit such offenses are dealt with properly. In most cases, we don't see any kind of action taken in respect to how the system will take care of those who commit such offense. So people think that they can just do anything against children and go scot-free. And that, for me, is what is also giving them that kind of empowerment, to be able to know that you are causing harm to a child, but you feel that you will not be arrested, or nobody will talk about the issue in a manner that would bring some kind of justice to the child. So people feel that they can just do whatever they want to do with children. And that is where, for me, as a country, we should carefully look at it and see how best we can place children in the care of other people who we think that do have the capacity to do that, because the interest of the state in matters of children is it's a matter of capacity and what we can do to protect their best interest. So if any person commits any offense that would derail that kind of vision that the state is trying to put in place for the welfare of children, then it means that the state must also deal with the person appropriately. And that, for me, is what we are lacking. So for that matter, people think that they can do anything at all to children, and they will not be caught.
Mr. Pia, what will make a stepmother pour hot water on the private part of a 3-year-old girl?
Well, there are quite a lot of things that can result into that. And no matter how the state of the mind of the person is, there are certain things that when you go beyond that, it brings about two things. One has to do whether you have a psychological issue or you feel that emotionally you've been you are not fit to provide care for the child. So it also depends on the capacity of the person providing the care, and then also whether within your psychologically, whether you have any kind of impairment that would make you behave that way. Because in the normal behavior of any ordinary woman or any ordinary human being, once you go beyond a certain measure, then it means that we need to interrogate to find out whether you have the capacity to do that. And that, for me, is what sometimes leads to some of these things. Because there are a number of cases that come to us, and when we do the investigation, it points to the fact that, yes, one, such women are not ready to provide care for other children, or they themselves do have some kind of psychological issues.
Do you think over the years we have not punished, persons who commit crime against children? That is why we often see, these abuses on children over and over and over again.
Yeah, we have not. If we really want to do justice, move to most of the police stations and see how we handle issues related to children when they are reported, and how it's been treated, and even move to communities to see how our chieftaincy system is handling issues that relates to children. Somebody can just defile a child, and then the case will go to the family head, and because they want to protect the image of the family, they don't want to bring it out. You go to the chief's palace. The chief would also sit in council with the elders to just bring some kind of charges against the person, and the person pays it, and that ends it. But as to how the child should be catered for, the system do not really show interest in that. That is why people think that they can just do some of these things. And for me, we need to move beyond that, because when it happens that way, it shows a contradiction in our laws and what exactly we think about children. The law is so apt on what exactly the state wants for the welfare of children. But when it comes to practice, we do the opposite. And that, for me, raises a whole lot of issues as to whether we are even ready to protect our children. And even if you are ready, do we have the mindset to be able to move to a step further to make sure that we protect our children?
The laws are there, as you mentioned, but I think it's stiffer enough for persons who
yes. Our laws are so strong. If you pick Ghana law in relation to the welfare of children, we have one of the best in the sub-region. and the way and manner we have carefully crafted it in such a way that under no circumstances should a child face some of these kind of abuses and all that. So if you are not seeing the reality of the law on the ground, then it means that there's something wrong. It basically has to do with implementation, and that for me is what we have to look at. As for the punitive things, they are there. Because if you defile a child now and you go to the police station or you go to court, that is where you see how the system will handle it. But it's sometimes a bit difficult for you to find some of these issues within the mainstream so that the state can also determine the way and manner they want to deal with it and all that. But we don't get that opportunity to get to that level. So people think that they will use the community-based systems to resolve matters that relate to children. So people are still empowered to think that they can still go ahead and do all manner of things against children. And that is where we are now as a country.
You think we need the involvement of all in this drive?
It is awareness that we need to create. And for the state to be very strong on it, to tell people that once you commit offense against a child, it's a state affair. It's no longer about the family. It's no longer about the community. It's a state affair. Because the care of children is not in the hands of any other. In fact, it is a law that has given parents the power to be able to provide care for their children, and that has been acknowledged in the law. And where there's a defect, even within the family system, the law requires to step in to make sure that they correct all the anomalies. And if the state cannot correct that, the state will demand the child and place the child under a certain care that the best interest of the child be protected. So I don't see why people think that the responsibility of providing care to children is only within the family system. The state has a major responsibility to take respect to that. So if families are not fit to provide care, the state should begin to redefine with the way and manner we can provide care for our children. Otherwise, we are growing, we are raising children, we are nurturing children, we are investing in them in a way that they will carry psychological issues into the future, and the cost that the state is going to bear, it will be very difficult for us to get remedy to it. So we need to deal with it now, and then ensure that people have capacity to provide care for children. If not, then we need to find ways and means to be able to protect our children.
Zabia, funny, before I let you go, you've seen the picture of this little girl. You think that there's hope?
It's terrible, and I cannot imagine a woman, to take such a child through that process. And for me, and sometimes it's a bit difficult for us to also look at some of these images and say that it's appropriate where it has been placed and all that. But whatever it is, I think that the bottom issue is that we need to protect our children, whichever form that we need to do it. As a country, we need to do that. So for me, for somebody to commit such offense, I don't think that we should just leave it on the surface to think that it's only arrest that can solve the issue. I think that the state must move further to interrogate the minds of the person and to know whether if there's something wrong with the person, then we can determine whether that family even have the capacity to provide care for the child. If not, the state should think of other alternatives for the child.
Medically, it can be fixed?
Certainly. You see, one thing is when you even look at our laws, for instance, you pick the Children's Act, the Juvenile Justice Act, one primary thing that the law is interested in is the issuance of a social inquiry report. And that helps you to know the state of the family and whether or not they do have the capacity to do that. So in most cases, you see that though the court will say that it is just an advisory position to them, but most of them rely on it to make their judgment. So it shows you how important the social inquiry report is. And if you are able to carry out social inquiry report on some of these families to be able to determine their state, then we will not even wait for issues to happen to children before we go to their rescue. We may decide that we want to carry out maybe a periodic visit to find out how they are treating children and all that. And that is the essence of we as a country moving to say that we want to have a welfare system. And any welfare system, the work of the social welfare officer is critical, and you cannot take it for granted. So these are things that we need to do because we believe that we are a welfare state, but our actions and our systems do not speak to the same things as to whether we are taking care of the aged, we are taking care of our children, we are taking care of young people and all that. So all these things are things that people watch and say that, well, the system is not active, so I can do whatever I want to do. But I feel that the state must begin to redefine its position, and if you want to be a welfare state, then practice all the characteristics that comes with it, so that we can have a society that is fit for purpose. Otherwise, we may throw in social investment, and we will not get the kind of result. That is why when you look at the LIP program, you look at the free SHS policy, you look at the capitation grant, and all social policies that we have, almost about 80 to 90% of it is targeting children. So if they go through all that as an investment that you are making, and somebody is there causing harm to the psychological makeup and the physical makeup of children, then what kind of investments are we making? So the state should also be interested in making sure that whoever I'm making investment in, I should also take steps to give them protection so that nobody will take advantage of them. That is how a social welfare system fit for purpose supposed to behave. But you throw in monies and you don't even care whatever is happening to our children, and that ends it. And your account that you have given X amount to social welfare system in our country. It doesn't work like that. We should also be interested in the end results.
Mr. Apia, thank you. Thank you very much for your time. Bright Apia is the Executive Director of Child Rights International, speaking to us on this matter. Let's go on to the other phone and speak to Enoch Derry. He's the Programs Manager or Programs Director for Challenging Heights, a child rights NGO. They first discovered this particular story or incident that happened somewhere in the central region. He joins us on the telephone line to speak to us. Enoch, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Has been put on hold.
Hello, Enoch. I'm afraid that's not a response we are looking for from Enoch's line. We'll try again and see if we can get Enoch back on the telephone line. Enoch is the program's director for Challenging Heights, a child rights NGO here in the country. Let's read some of your text messages you have sent through on this matter and other ones. Godson from Jolu says, Mr. Honorable Kujato Ablakwa saying that we're expecting 40 more deportees and keeping them here for what reasons? Fine, he accepted them, but they should be sent back to their country. Kwesi from Weja says, please ask him when Ajimaimenu bought vaccine from outside without resorting to parliament with taxpayers' money, what was done to him. Okay. Kwame from Amasama says, Nanabi should proceed to the court and stop the noise. What didn't they do when they were in power? And Bra Mbago says, I am embarrassed hearing Nanabi and the MPP know that they respect the constitution of Ghana. Godwin in Pando says, Nanabi and the MPP should get serious in this country. What have they done for we Ghanaians in the last 8 years? And then Ajoa from Labadi says, why would a stepmother do this to a child? Pouring hot water on the private part of a 3-year-old girl is insane. Mamiya in Latebio Koshi also says, this is pure wickedness. Some women will never cease to amaze us. Some of your text messages coming in from the stories you're looking at this evening on Eyewitness. You can also join the conversation with your comments. The number is 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. AJB has some more stories.
Deputy Minister for Education, Dr. Clement Park, has assured parents that efforts are underway to resolve all placement issues. Following the release of SHS placements yesterday, solution centers have been established at Nato and Accra to address all placement-related concerns.
We will come back to that story and hear the voice of the Deputy Minister of Education, Dr. Clement Park. But let's go back to the phone line and this time around see if we can get Enoch Derry to speak to us on the issue of the child or the stepmother who poured hot water on the private part of a 3-year-old girl. He's the programs manager for Challenging Heights, a child rights NGO here in the country. Good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, please.
Thank you very much for your time again. How did you come by this story?
Okay, so we picked the story from our media outlet. So we also have a media outlet. So yesterday I was monitoring the morning show, and I heard one of our journalists who had received hints of the story and had followed up and obtained further details. So that is how we got to hear of it.
And you went there to see things for yourself as far as this issue is concerned?
Yes, I was there together with the journalists who did the first, who uncovered the story. And then this afternoon, I was there with my president, Mr. James Kofi Annan, and then 3 other staff, including the journalists who brought the story to the public.
Did you manage to speak?
Also the DOF2 commander and another staff of the another police officer of the DOF2, Winneba DOF2. Yes.
Did you manage to speak to the stepmother?
Yes, we did. Yesterday and then today.
What reason did she give for doing this?
No, sorry, not the stepmother. The stepmother is on the run. We spoke to the mother, the biological mother of the girl. The stepmother who perpetrated the act is on the run. Sorry.
The one who did this is on the run?
Yes.
Okay, but we are told that she did this because the child was bedwetting. Is that what you also discovered?
Yeah, that is what we found. So the first level information was through the interaction with the biological mother yesterday, and according to her, she and the girl's father are not living together. They are not. They are separated, and so the dad has another lady. So that's the stepmother that we are talking about. And that during vacation, the little girl comes to spend the vacation with the dad in Winneba. So that was what happened. But when school reopened recently, she started calling the dad, asking for the girl to be brought back to go to school. And the man continuously gave excuses to the level that she felt a bit suspicious and decided to come unexpectedly, only to discover that the girl could not walk. And then she took the girl to Sweden Hospital, and she was told that the issue was out of hand and that she should bring it to the trauma hospital in Winneba. Then, according to her, the daughter told her that the stepmother placed her, like she forcefully opened her legs and poured hot water on her private area.
How is the little girl doing?
Because she's
bedwetting.
Yeah.
How is the little girl doing? Have you seen her? Have you spoken to her?
Yes, so from yesterday and today, but as I said, yesterday we got wind of the story. But those today and then like those who knew of it. So apparently the thing had happened even like a month earlier. But it's like there was an attempt to cover the thing up and not, let it escalate until they realized until the mother came and realized this is the situation. So apparently they had even gone to the hospital in Winneba where they were told, like they were treated and given some directives as to the way forward. And then they went home and then never came back to the hospital. And so when the biological mother brought her back to the hospital in Winneba on the directive of the Sweden Hospital, they were told that, no, this girl has been here before. They have a record. So that was when it emerged that something like that had happened. And we can confirm that from speaking with people, they say there is an improvement. But I can tell you that it is not that good. I was there this afternoon. It is not that good, and we are just praying that she goes through this successfully. I really don't know what it is, but we as an organization have stepped in as the first line of support to be able to support her and then the mother, and hoping that others can come on board. The government may be able to come on board to be able to survive the girl.
Thank you very much for your time. Derry is the
welcome.
program's director for Challenging Heights, a child rights NGO here in Ghana. We go back to the education story.
Well, we're going back to that story where the Deputy Minister of Education is assuring that they're going to resolve all issues with regard to placement for senior high schools. Now, in an address during his visit to the Nat Hall today, where scores of parents had gathered to seek redress, Dr. Apak reaffirmed that all placement issues will be resolved before October 18.
The patients have been reassured that we anticipated a number of challenges, and that is why we made a decision to put out a reporting date that will give you sufficient time and give us sufficient time to address all the issues. So be rest assured that by the time our wards are expected to report, which is around this time next month, 18th of October, many of these issues, if not all, will be resolved. So we want to thank you for the trust and the faith, and to urge you to continue to stay calm. We will do our best to serve you. We are here to serve, and we will do our best for all of you.
Deputy Minister for Education, Dr. Clement Apak.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck, or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you, or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number, or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number, or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Cedi into 500 times more, and the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
The jamming never stops. The game never stops. The productivity never stops. The music never stops. At G&J, we keep your world powered with reliable generators, solar energy, and UPS solutions, so the power never stops. Your go-to for total energy solutions, making sure you work, thrive, and live life uninterrupted. Visit our website, gjtechghana.com, or call us on 0302-689-178 or 179 or 0202-222-220. G&J, your energy partner.
We asked Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509-551-609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
We're trendy and youthful. We're UBA. We're here to make your life better, stress-free and easy. We go the extra mile, beyond your expectations. We will get it done and get it done very well now. UBA, best loans and more. UBA, best customer satisfaction. UBA, best digital solutions. UBA, Africa's global bank.
For best retail products, innovative offerings, loans made just for you, attractive interest rates, trading across Africa or sending money. If you want the best digital banking products, including chatting with you on WhatsApp and Facebook, turn to UBA, Africa's global bank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for City Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejibi Wiafe Akentine. Let's settle for the details. Energy analysts are questioning government's goal of achieving 35% renewable energy in the national electricity mix by the end of the year. A recent conference, Minister of Energy and Green Transition John Jinapo said Ghana is on track to meet the targets by close of 2025. But in an interview with Citi Business News, energy analyst and executive director of the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy, Benjamin Insia, assured that the figures are overstated.
Our energy space or the installed capacity was 43%. So if Ghana had already attained 43% of hydro, then means that if we are using large hydro as the benchmark, then Ghana has already achieved within the 10% of the renewable that we're talking about. So I think we need to focus. And in focusing means that we need to deviate from the knowledge of using the large hydros as a component of renewable and then focus on generating other off-grid solutions or mini hydros that are more new technologies when it comes to renewable. So this overstatement must not be accepted. I think that Ghana will not achieve 35% of renewable energy by December 25. We are not there yet. Currently, we are doing 2.4.
Benjamin Insia is Executive Director of the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy. Now, some banks have begun applying a 7.5% fee on all cross-currency card transactions involving currency conversion following a directive from the Bank of Ghana. This comes alongside the enforcement of a 5% charge on foreign exchange withdrawals from banks funded through transfers or check deposits. Withdrawals from cash deposits, however, remain exempt. Head of Finance at Melbourne Capital, Nelson Kujo Kwabeji, tells Citi Business News the measure is aimed at reducing black market activity.
The Bank of Ghana technically is trying to cut the supply of forex to the black markets. What people normally do is that they go to the banks, they go and withdraw the dollar or the forex, and then they take that money to the black market to go and change. Now, what is going to happen is that if, for instance, you go to the bank and the banks are charging you 7.5%, which means that on every $10,000, you are going to pay about $750 dollars. Is that correct? Now, when you go to the abochi in the black market, the rate between the abochi and the bank rate is the difference is not that big. And so what will happen is that because the difference is not that big, you want to actually use the bank rate in converting your dollar into Ghana cedis rather than taking the dollar from the bank to the abochi to go and change. When that happens, it means that abochi will not be having access to the dollar, and so the dollars or the forex will remain within the official banking system.
Nelson Kujo Kwabeji is head of finance at Melbourne Capital. Government is ramping up efforts to harness opportunities in the green economy as part of plans to create sustainable jobs for Ghana's expanding youth population. Labour, Jobs and Employment Minister Dr. Rashid Pelpo says the government's economic reset agenda places young people at the center of national development. Addressing the 2025 Ghana Career and Migration Fair in Accra, Dr. Pelpo called for stronger partnerships that respects labor laws while equipping Ghanaian talent to compete globally.
The youth must be equipped with languages and certifications to remain globally competitive. Innovation and job creation, ladies and gentlemen, from within are central to Ghana's reset agenda. Startup funding opportunities, incubation programs, and mentorship networks that support youth-led ventures would be explored and amplified. High-growth sectors such as digital technology, agribusiness, and green economy hold immense potential for Ghanaian entrepreneurs to scale globally. It is our collective duty as government, private sector, academia, and international sectors to work together for a common objective. Guided by the Labour Act, National Employment Policy, National Labour Migration Policy, and the National Green Jobs Strategy, we must invest in digital skills, expand TVET programs, prepare for green jobs, and open structured migration pathways to ensure our youth remain competitive.
That was the Minister for Labour, Jobs and Employment, Dr. Rashid Pelpo. And that's all for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejibi Biafe Akente. Up next is Point Blank.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Oh, jump on now.
Go. Gugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
The Citi Business Olympics is back. It's all about team building, networking, and staying healthy.
Everything, be it football, be it basketball, be it Scrabble, be it Excel, we are there. Arm wrestling, we are there.
Which game will your company participate in this year? Is it 7-a-side football, volleyball, swimming, basketball, or sack race? Rally your teammates and get ready for action.
We know we've gone on a recess, but we are back. You will
Date,
feel it.
Saturday, September 27, 2025. Time 8 a.m. Venue, Eden Heights Sports Complex. Call 0558-973-973 to register your company today.
The experience so far has been very great. We are glad to have participated.
Let's keep fit, grow connections, and enjoy a day full of energy and excitement. The Citi Business Olympics 2025 is powered by Citi FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Side Hustle. And it's proudly sponsored by UMB Bank and supported by Bethel Logistics and Dampon Healthcare.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244 644048. I repeat, or call 0244 644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valix Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News on Citi 97.3 FM. And this is Point Blank. Point Blank is brought to you by Vallex Leagues Equip Limited, Vallex Leagues Affordable Document Management Solutions. My guest tonight on Point Blank is the National Youth Organizer of the New Patriotic Party, the NPP. The youth wing of the party is planning a demonstration on Monday or Tuesday. On Tuesday, to be precise, against the Mahama administration. The leader of the youth wing of the NPP is my guest tonight. Salam Mustafa. Good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening.
It's been a while.
Yes. It's been a while.
How's the NPP?
We're okay. We're good.
NPP is okay?
Yeah. We are.
After the heavier defeats?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's not the first time we are losing an election. In 2008, we lost. Yeah. We were able to regroup. And in 2016, we exacted a very heavy defeat on the current president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So it's a road we have been before, and I can tell you, we'll get back to winning ways.
In 2028 or beyond 2028?
2028.
You're winning back power.
Yeah. This is a party, a government already where the national chairman has abandoned the president and thrown him under the bus.
How is that?
Yeah, I said Nketi has checked out.
He's embarking on a thank you tour.
Yeah, it only shows you that their problems are even much bigger than ours.
What do you mean? Well, the national chairman can't embark on a thank you tour?
The national chairman has not even given the president 1 full year to operate as president. He's already removing the chair under his...
He has explained why he's embarking on the tour. His explanation is that during the campaign, it was in 3 phases. President Mahama, then candidate Mahama, will take another phase. The vice presidential candidate will take another phase. And he, as national chairman, will also
So why hasn't the vice president done a thank you tour?
But she goes with the president to do the thank you tour.
Was part of the thank you tour. He went everywhere with President John Dramani Mahama.
Well, maybe this is the first time we are seeing a national chairman embark on a thank you tour.
So when he quacks like a duck, when he walks like a duck, when he eats like a duck, when he sleeps like a duck,
he's a duck.
Yes, he has abandoned the president. He wants to replace him. So he's pushing John Dramani
Mahama. You know that for a fact that
President
Geta wants to replace John Mahama?
But didn't you see the mosquito video that trended?
We are told that video was when he was seeking to be national chairman.
Yeah, they've relaunched it.
Really?
Yes. It's a duck. Their problems are bigger than ours. And I can assure you, this party I know, in all its glory, would bounce back. Because that is who we are.
You are planning a demonstration on the 23rd?
Yes, on Tuesday.
Why? What's this demonstration about?
Omaru, Sami Biafi.
Understand, don't worry. Understand, don't worry.
I'll deal with you when I finish with this show.
Understand, don't worry.
Sami, first and foremost, good evening to your wonderful listeners. We are on a dangerous path as a country. And if we don't stem it now, we'll run into the ditch. Okay. There has been consistent, evidence-based pattern of political persecution of opponents politically to the NDC in this country. State-sponsored harassment, abuse of power by this NDC government, right in our faces.
What do you mean?
Today, if you're an NDC person, you can do anything and go scot-free. But an NPP person, you dare not. There's selective application of the law. There's selective justice. And to make matters worse, where we all run to when we have issues, the court, we go to court, and a judge is able to look at us in the faces and tell us that some people are more human than others, and that today Ghana is an animal farm where 2 legs are better than 4 legs. I, for all my years that I've lived in this country, have never heard this before until it is happening today. For the first time, we have a democratically elected government, president, who comes in and his preoccupation is to remove the Chief Justice, mass dismiss young people who have been gainfully employed, now concentrating on killing political dissent, going after political opponents, and much more less young people just writing on social media or having conversations on TikTok or writing on Facebook. It's been consistent. Your own colleagues, Gordon Asaribedi-Akon, was arrested. You remember the story. Did you hear of any reason that was ascribed to the arrest? No. There's no single reason. What about Okatachi Efifa Mensa? You remember after writing exam, 3 heavily packed pickups with men wielding guns accosted him on the road of Gimpa and took him into custody. Remember the story? Why was he arrested? Nothing. Abronya was arrested and put in Black Maria like a terrorist. You watch American movies and you see how they move the terrorists in these caged vehicles. That's how Abronya was moved to and from court. The optics we are beginning to see in this country is scary. That young people, Frantic Comedy, his only crime was that he went on TikTok to have a conversation. And because of that, he was thrown into remand.
Perhaps some remarks were considered to be unprintable.
Really?
The more reason why
I can show you, if not words, comments made by NDC people against another Kweku Fuado. They were not arrested. In fact, people said
maybe
the presidential
another felt, you know,
he was
no need.
He was a Democrat.
He didn't want to,
because Nana
Kweku
Fuado was a
laws.
Democrat. He was a Democrat. We didn't see the kind of crackdown that is going on NPP people for free speech. We're seeing today.
You think free speech is under attack?
It is under attack. Like we're seeing under John Dramani Mahama during the period of Nana Kweku Fuado. There's crackdown on free speech. That's why a judge can tell us that freedom of speech is guaranteed, but freedom after speech cannot be guaranteed. Quoting Idi Amin in the body of Robert Mugabe. When the judge was quoting that, he forgot that Ghana is a democracy and that Idi Amin was a dictator. So we have a big problem in this country. It is smoldering, and the earlier we nib it in the bud, Sami, the better for all of us. I've said this repeatedly. I don't want to sound a broken record. That when they are done dealing with us, they'll come after everybody. We were here when Shatawale was picked up for buying a vehicle.
A stolen vehicle from the Yoko, a stolen vehicle.
Yeah, I have dealt in cars before. If somebody brings me a car to sell, it's my business to ask you where it was manufactured and blah, blah, blah.
The Yoko said we should do due diligence.
But if we are going to go into it proper, you begin to see the political spooks poking out. But that is less the point. The same maltreatment of NPP people that they started, throwing almost 80 million bill on Hanan and his wife, 50 million bill on Chairman Wuntumi, they extended it to Shatawale. And lastly,
Shatawale is not a politician.
Exactly, that's
He's
what
not a politician,
I'm saying.
So
when they are done with the politicians, they will start going after everybody. That is why the earlier we stop it, the better. That's why this protest is important, it's imperative, and goes beyond just we MPP people. That is about all of us. The democratic, credentials that we are building. We should not see some of these things happen. We cannot overwhelmingly vote for a president. Then now you come and assume the posture of a supreme leader because you have been able to remove a chief justice. You must dismiss people. Nobody said anything. There's no dissent in the country anymore. So in him, he has become authority. And that's where the danger lies. And that's what is translating into the conduct of other agencies under this government. That, assumably, I don't know when an insult became a crime, But if I insult you today and you feel offended, the law guarantees you the right to sue. So you sue me. If I defame you, you sue me for defamation.
But freedom of speech comes with its responsibilities.
Absolutely.
You know
and nobody's
right?
running away from that. And that is why we haven't said when people fall foul of the law, don't deal with them. No, it is not our position. Our position is that it should not be selective, arbitrary, like we are seeing. Sammy, we went and rerun some polling stations in Ablekumanov. You saw the tagri unleashed on Howard Kumsin and our deputy national organizer, Lloyd. Did you ever see the Rambo-style arrest of those bandits, those hooligans who did, that act?
But they went to court. They were convicted by a court.
I have been in and out that court, and at no point did I see people being paraded to come to court.
You went to the court to check the records.
Almost
have you
every time
checked the records?
I'm coming. How come they are not banded in the same way that NPP people are banded to the court in Black Maria, police escorts? Why? Why the selectivity? That's the point we are raising. Do you get it? So if the NDC government is shielding its members, look, when we went to Akwetia by-election, the communication officer in Ebuakwasaf, one Wahab guy, issued threats on the life of the minority leader. And the video went viral on Nanabi, our national organizer, and the minority chief whip, Anodompre. Where's the guy? He's walking free guy. He's walking a free man. Nobody has attempted to arrest him. Do you think if I issued threats, I'll still be sitting here? No. I'll be arrested.
But the vice chair of the NDC, Sofo Azoka, had a confrontation with Chairman Buga. We were told that he's been arrested.
That's another charade.
He'll be arraigned before court.
That's another charade. When the police released that statement, the next moment, Chairman Azoka released a video sitting with his boys in Tamale. I know him. I know Chairman very well. And when he sits in Tamale, he was sitting there with the boys. And they were laughing. That's how terrible it is that they even exposed the police. Why didn't they go and pick Chairman Azoka up? Because he's above the law.
But they said they were arranging before court.
They will not do anything. I'm telling you. Because he's an NDC person. Today in this country, when they are dealing with you, it's just because you're an NPP person.
Why you think NDC people are above the law?
Let me give you a classical one. Yes, today NDC people are above the law.
Really?
Yes. Did you follow the story of one guy, some rough guy, who went to the rich hospital to beat up a nurse?
A committee was set up.
When I hear this, my blood boils up. Let's stop some of the jokes. It's a criminal conduct. Why do we have the CID? If it's MPP people will be thrown to the CID, how can the minister go and tell us that he's setting up a committee to investigate such a sensitive matter? Somebody has been assaulted. And today, the whole thing has died. The boy was never arrested. Because he's an NDC guy. If these things don't scare you, if it doesn't make us angry, if it doesn't incense us, then there's a problem. Then what is coming is bigger. And that's what I dread. And that's why today I said, if these things go unchecked, then we are on our way to Damascus. And as patriots who love our motherland, we should be putting some of these things in check. And that's why I'm inviting everybody to come and let's walk. And let's display the patriotism in us that government, you are getting it wrong. The overwhelming victory we gave you is not for you to come after people. It was Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo who established the Signals Bureau in 2020 to protect our cyberspace and the good people of Ghana. It was not meant for persecution that the president will tell us today.
So you think they are using the Signals Bureau to persecute people?
That's what they use to track the TikTok, the people online. Let me tell you one bizarre thing that happened. The Signals Bureau, together, I think the arrest was done by Signals Bureau. They arrested 2 young ladies from Kumasi. 2 young ladies. I think one was about 24, the other like 26. In Shayaso-based girls on a Friday and brought them to Accra. Their parents didn't even know where they were. The member of parliament was contacted, Sticker. He roamed all the police stations in Accra here, couldn't find them. It was when we're done executing the bail conditions of Sir Obama and we're asked to bring him to police headquarters that we got there. And my attention was drawn to the presence of 2 young ladies who are MPP people. Then I went to ask the story, and they told me that only a TikTok video. And
so you met the girls there?
I saw them. And when I went in, they were writing a statement, and I told the investigator, asked where their lawyer was, and there was no lawyer. But these girls were writing statements. So I picked my phone, then I called one of our party lawyers, Afuaka. I said, counsel, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, please leave it and come here. Come to the CID headquarters and help these young ladies for me. They held them for 96 hours before producing them in court, breaking the 48-hour rule. And we put this argument before the judge that the police have already abused the rights of these young ladies. The judge still gave them 2 weeks remand. And I was disgusted. I said, look, this is absolute miscarriage of justice. What's happening in this country? That we flagrantly, brazenly look at abuse of power, gross abuse of power, because they made wishes on a video on TikTok. Well, in this country, when people said they wish that the presidential jet fell and killed Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, didn't people say it? Now, why not your channel? Why not your channel? How is it today? Wish now a crime that is being branded hate speech. Look, I don't hate His Excellency the President. I'll never have maximum respect for the President and the office of the presidency. I'll never hate him. But for him to assume that a crackdown would stop us from speaking, I think that then he doesn't understand the new breed of young people he's dealing with. You know, one of the things I dread, Sammy, did you follow the protest in Nepal?
Yeah.
And the underlying issues? Yeah. Government should begin to worry over some of this conduct, that you may not be able to push the people all the time.
And you think we'll get there? I'm not sure.
It's a matter of time. That's why I said
they had other
that's why I said
demands.
We are on the road to Damascus. You meet all the things on the road. We should be careful with our approach. The fact that you have been able to remove a Chief Justice, thrown her away with the belief that the courts are partisan and that you want to balance it.
But for the Chief Justice, the law was used.
No.
They went through the process. The Constitution was the background. They quoted the Constitution and they did everything according to the dictates of the Constitution.
For the life of me in this country, seeing our Constitution being raped in the manner that it was done against Justice Tokono. The agenda to remove her was cooked before the NDC even came into power, with the assumption that, with the mindset that the court is biased. So we are going to cleanse it. And that's why every sort of excuse was used to remove her. I don't know if you read the 3 petitions against Madam Chief Justice. I read them. And I say, I've said it on this platform before. If it is brought before me, I'll throw it into the KVIP pit. In fact, look for the petitioners and give them head knocks. It's as bad as it can be. Let's not cook up some of these, agendas and push them with the thinking that we have won heavily 180 something members of parliament. Yeah, so we are in charge. We have two-thirds majority in the country. 1.7 million votes difference. Yeah, it gets into your head. No. We should worry the things we are doing today. That selective justice breeds contempt. And contempt breeds anger. Anger breeds rebellion. And that's why this government should stop these things it is doing. We will protest. Tuesday, we'll take petition to the IGP with national security. From there, we'll take another petition to His Excellency the President to decry some of these things to him.
Starting point?
From the Obra Sport.
What time?
6 a.m. in the morning. Yes, you come, we'll all be there, and we'll all take the walk. The minority leader with the market, party leadership. A lot of people have told me that they are coming.
What will be the route?
Straight, on the Ring Road, Central Road, down to GBC, to the police headquarters. We'll detour, to the Akwaje interchange, take the 37, Jubilee House Road, then come and end at the frontage, and we hope that...
The frontage of the Jubilee House?
Yes.
Where you present a petition?
Yes. We hope that His Excellency the President himself will come and receive the petition and hear the things citizens are saying, how the country is being run. Sometimes when you are sitting there in that small room, you don't understand a lot of the things going on because people come and give you a report. Oh, Mr. President, everything is okay. When things are not okay. And I hope that he's not being misled, because the president I listened to last Wednesday clearly tells me there is a problem when he thinks that we are doing better in the fight against Galamsey. No, Mr. President, Galamsey has swallowed your government. In fact, it is belching. You are not doing well. Mr. President, there is growing insecurity in Ghana. The Boko conflict, for the life of me, growing up from the north, it has never degenerated so badly that even NDC executives held press conference to say that the conflict has never been this bad until this presidency, and how bad, pervasively, they use that conflict, for their political agenda. They weaponized it. The same thing they did with Galamsey, weaponized Galamsey. Look, Bengiri, about 13 or so people killed, 15 or whatever thousand of our compatriots running into neighboring Ivory Coast. The clashes in Sampa, I don't know if you saw what happened in Sampa. Here in Greater Accra, the national capital, Soweto clash, violent clash. When I saw the videos, I was shocked. The gunfire that people died. The very things that Obama, was averting their minds to, saying that civilians are holding dangerous weapons that he was arrested for, reared his head. But Obama has already been dehumanized, been molested for speaking truth. There's insecurity growing in Ghana. So if you have an agency like Signals Bureau that can do a lot of intelligence for you, you don't use it in such gross manner. Use it in the way it will benefit the people, it will benefit the state, secure all of us. That's what we expect. And not going after TikTok. So I guess it's in there, they don't have any work doing. So they're always online, TikTok, looking at what people are saying. Young people are having conversations. Let me tell you one bizarre one.
Our time is up. Our time is up. Our time is up.
But
in
that's
30
how
seconds.
bad the situation is. And I think that it is time for citizens to stand up to politicians. We shouldn't use lies, deception, to win political power from people. Like this government is beginning to portray. The 24-hour economy they promised with one job, 3 shifts, 3 people. It's not happening. The youth are not getting jobs. Rather, what they have come to do is to massacre people from
Okay.
work. All of these things put together.
Okay.
I'm inviting everybody, well-meaning Ghanaians, well-meaning young people, come out and let's demonstrate. Let's show our angst, our displeasure, our disgust at what is going on.
Okay.
This is the only way we can make Ghana a
Okay.
better place for all of us
Salam,
to live in.
thank you very much. Salam Mustafa is the national youth organizer of the MPP, the youth wing of the party, which he leads, organizing a demonstration on Tuesday against the President John Dramani Mahama administration. This has been another exciting edition of Eyewitness News that came to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sami Wiafe. Earlier, you heard Ajubi Wiafe Akenton. Show produced by Kwabna Wilson and Beverly Landry. Remember that Point Blank was sponsored by Valles Lease Equip Limited, Valles Lease Affordable Document Management Solution. So we'll come your way again on Monday. May the good Lord be with us all.